Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
Our program is sponsored by Nadine Cobb Accounting and Tax, downtown Mayodan. And on the line, the town manager of Mayodan, and that's Lessa Hopper. Lessa, hey, how are you?
I'm fine. I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing just great. Up in your neck of the woods yesterday, had lunch at airport, and always good to see what's happening around Mayodan, like a new business that just opened on Saturday.
That's right. Ray and Company, a nice little clothing boutique with some jewelry and shoes and bags and things. It was a great turnout at the grand opening on Saturday, just prior to the spring fling. And yes, we're excited to have a new business in Mayodan, a new storefront, and hope people will run over and do a little shopping there with Ray and Company.
Yeah, very nice to have Kim.
Very nice.
Yeah,
and family
and that kind of completes that little, almost completes that little block of shops there too.
Block of shops, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with your the Avalon Salon and the gift shop there beside of Avalon Salon.
Riverside Collection,
Riverside Collection, and then Ray and Company. Yes, it's a nice little block there to do some shopping, and it's never too early to start thinking about Christmas and go ahead and getting your list out and start thinking about, okay, well, I could get this and get it off my list, and I'll just get it wrapped and have it ready for Christmas. And I know a lot of the people do Christmas in July.
Mm-hmm.
So, but just spring clothes, spring things for your yard would be great to stop in. And then, of course, Mayodan Outdoor Sports right across the street for get you some fishing gear or hunting gear and things like that and get ready. But, yeah, Mayodan's little shops and everything, it's nice to see storefronts. And particularly in this time frame where COVID shut down so many places and everything, to have a business, a small business, a hometown business open up, that's just, we're so proud of that and so glad to see them in Mayodan.
Sure, yeah. Shop local, always
that's
two
right.
key words.
Shop local.
Yeah.
Shop downtown.
Yep. Another key word right now, budget, and it looks like that's all coming together for the town.
Right. We should have the budget completed and out to the council members by June 1st, as the state law requires, and then we will have a public hearing at our June 14th meeting at 6 o'clock. We are still meeting at the old library, of course, on 10th Avenue, but there will be a public hearing on the budget, and the budget could be approved that night, and then again they may decide to work on it some more or not, and then have a special meeting to approve it later in the month, but it does have to be approved by June 30th. So we are just trying to get the finishing touches on that and get that ready for them to look at. Okay,
very good. One thing that I wanted you to maybe talk about, Lessa, came out in the meeting last week, the foreclosure, the abandoned property. I know all towns have these, and it kind of goes on, and finally some action is taken, and you're at that point on a couple of pieces of property in town, it looks like.
We are. We have, and we do have more than a couple that need to be addressed, but of course you can't do them all at one time, but we do have a lot that the town has had to take care of the mowing for, I would say, the better part of 30 years or more.
Wow.
I know longer than 20 years, and I think it even dates back to about 30 years ago. We've been mowing a lot that has the heirs are few and far between and strung out, and so the attorney is doing some work to try to contact heirs to let them know there are liens against the property for taxes and for the mowing, the nuisance abatement of that lot. And so once the notifications have been made, then we hope to have a foreclosure sale on a couple of properties in town. And when that happens, of course, hopefully we recoup our business and the nuisance abatement of those properties. And then it would be nice if someone acquired the properties that would bring them back and utilize them as they were meant to be, as single-family housing and, a neighborhood, another house, a new house in a neighborhood. So we are beginning to look at some of those properties. We've got several that are just abandoned, that people are not paying the taxes on and not mowing and keeping them up. And houses are becoming in disrepair. So that is a focus that we're starting to work on, and hope to clean up some of these properties in Mayodan that desperately need work.
Yeah, good. Okay. All right.
The town doesn't need to be taken care of. The town doesn't need to be maintaining them, and we're at a point where the town's just not recouping the money, and so it would be nice to go ahead and try to do a foreclosure sale and get that money back.
I think you've been extremely patient on that one piece of property.
The town has certainly been very patient. There was somebody who paid the taxes for many years, but they just weren't paying for the nuisance abatements.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think that even that person has either passed on or whatever, but they're not. No one's paying taxes on it now. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can move forward with those foreclosures.
Okay, that's good news. Something was mentioned in the meeting last week too about repairs at the treatment plant. Bring us up to date on that. What's going on?
Well, with any water plant or wastewater treatment plant, there's always, the mechanics of it and all the machinery and all of the gears and all of the valves and all of the, everything. That's always something that has to be repaired and brought back to. You have to have your treatment. You can't not repair at your water plant or your wastewater treatment plant. And so, yes, it's not unusual to have a repair. It's all the time. But, yes, we are currently working on some valves and things that have to be repaired at both plants, actually, water and wastewater. And, those repairs are not cheap. It's very expensive when you're talking about a treatment plant and all of the mechanics and the machinery that has to go into that. So it's not a cheap thing to do, and it is a lot to get into and have to repair and keep working, because we certainly, have to abide by all the state regulations and meet all the state inspections and everything. And so, yes, we are working on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. All right, well, thanks for that update on all of those things. Anything else in particular we should mention before we finish things up?
Well, I appreciate that people came out to the Spring Fling downtown on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nice little event with music and had some activities for the kids and stuff, and so that was very nice. And we had a few vendors come in with some food trucks, and so it was a very nice afternoon and sunny and pretty, and I appreciate that. And we are at the height of spring, and people are working in the yards and cleaning up. So just to remind people, we do pick up grass clippings. We do pick up leaves if they're bagged. Grass clippings and leaves now have to be bagged. We were there in clear plastic bags. We do not pick up bags of dirt, and we do not pick up bags of rocks or cement or anything like that. It's only leaves or grass clippings. And then every other Wednesday, if you have any little twigs or limbs that have fallen out of a tree, you want to cut up and put out by the curb. We do pick up brush every other Wednesday also. Mm-hmm. And we just ask that the citizens of Mayodan help the county and help the town of Mayodan in their litter control efforts right now. We're trying very hard to clean up the county. It's my understanding that when some companies have come in to look at possibly reloading in Rockingham County, one thing they mention is litter along the roadways, that it doesn't look good. And so, the county has stepped up efforts to try to help out with this litter problem that we have. I think that they are starting a program possibly with volunteers. It could be churches, or it could be organizations, scout troops, things like that, that they would be paid a certain amount of money to their organization or to their nonprofit to keep a mile or 2 miles of one of the county highways clean. And so please contact Rockingham County if you're interested in signing up your organization to receive some funding by working on the litter problem on some of the highways or roadways in Rockingham County. But in Mayodan, please, we ask that people use a trash receptacle and not just throw their trash out their car windows or drop it as they're walking through town. Let's try to keep Mayodan clean. And this morning I was riding through town, and I just was amazed at how pretty the yards looked and so green, and people really take pride in their yards, and we appreciate that. And we do want, visitors when they come through to remember is a very clean and neat town and litter-free. So we ask everyone's help in that.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you said the key word there. Let's take pride in where we live. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, always good to talk to you.
Well, thank you. It's good to talk to you too, and we will see you, I guess, in June at our June meeting, and we'll have several public hearings that night. We have some zoning things that require public hearings, and then, of course, we have our budget public. So we'll have several public hearings that night. So we look forward to seeing you there, and I hope you have a great rest of the month.
Well, same to you and all the team there at the town hall. Thank you. I appreciate it, Lessa.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Lessa Hopper is town manager of Mayodan. Our program is sponsored by Nadine Cobb Accounting and Tax at 103 North 2nd Avenue, to be exact. Nadine does our work for Mike Moore Media and for our personal taxes and all of that, and we're well pleased. Everybody who uses her, I always hear good comments, and there's some personal comments and testimonials on her website as well, Nadine Cobb Accounting and Tax. So check that out. Full service accounting firm. Nadine is so nice and kind and knowledgeable and great photographer too, and she loves cats like we do. Nadine Cobb Accounting and Tax. She's right across the street from that new shop that just opened, Ray and Company Boutique, and that is right beside Avalon Salon and the Riverside Collection. So nice little group of shops there. And as Lessa just mentioned, Mayodan Outdoor Sports there on the corner. And for more information on some of the things we're talking about, or if you're new to the area and want to know more about the town of Mayodan, well, you can go to their Facebook page, the Town of Mayodan NC. That's current, updated all the time with lots of things. And then the website, townofmayodan.com.